Good morning to you. I'm Jeff Slakey. I'm happy to have some great guests in studio today for our Transit Talk conversations. We've got Alanna Robertson from Catholic Community Services and Kathy Geist from the Transit Community Center. Morning to you both.
Hello.
Good morning.
I feel like we just hang out now.
I know, all the time.
I'm totally like
nothing
a radio
wrong with
star.
that. Yeah.
Come on, I should go over there.
Come on, just hang out more. That's great. Alana, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming by. You're with Catholic Community Services. See on the website ccsww.org.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about Catholic Community Services and how they're in the Transit Community Center and what you do.
So I work with the WISE program, which is Wraparound Intensive Services. CCS also has a crisis program there in our section of the building. We're upstairs, the Transit Center.
Mm-hmm.
And Wraparound Intensive Services is a program that serves youth and children ages 0 to 21 who are Medicaid eligible and have a mental health diagnosis.
Mm-hmm. And what are some of the services and how does somebody get on with you guys?
Well, I have a little bit of history that kind of explains why we're even, there doing what we're doing. So CCS has been providing wraparound services since the 1980s, but in 2008, Grace Harbor was one of 3 children's mental health wraparound pilot locations, and CCS took on the wraparound program there. And then right before 2010, Family Alliance for Mental Health, who we actually share our office at the Transit Center with, did a parent facilitation training for wraparound. And they thought it was so great that they approached the Mason Thurston Regional Support Network, the RSN, and wanted professional facilitation. And so the RSN agreed with them, and they approached CCS to provide this wraparound service for professional facilitation. So they provided the families that they served with a facilitator and a family partner. And so and then in 2014, that was just wraparound. And the reason we're WISE now is 2014, kids were concerned that, especially in rural areas like Mason County is, that they had to leave their homes to go get treatment, intensive treatment. And so they would go to treatment and they would, find success there. It would really help them. But then they'd come back to their communities and sometimes their behaviors would escalate again. And that success that they had in that kind of controlled environment of treatment wasn't working when they were back in their communities. So WISE is really focused on treating kids in their community. And there was a lawsuit in 2014, and they won. And WISE was the settlement agreement that we would provide these services in the community. Kids can stay in their community, will be treated there, and then therefore have success and reach their goals in their community.
Is it successful here in Mason County?
It is. I've been facilitating for a little under a year, and I've seen many kids graduate from the program. They've met their goals. The families have found success.
How can you tell the change in the kids from the beginning to after?
Well, one of the things that we do is we have the family create goals for themselves. We're really big on family voice. They create their goals, and we just have meetings to support them and how can they reach the goals that they're setting. And we make them very measurable. And so when we come together as a team, we measure the goals and look at success on scales and ratings, and so we can really measure that success. And another way we see success is we start each meeting, it's really cool, with listing celebrations, like what good things can we celebrate between last meeting and this meeting. And sometimes it's hard to find things, but we find the small celebrations and we celebrate successes the whole journey.
Looks like on the website you can get involved and get help as well. So when it comes to finding the different programs that you need, they have the services by type there. What would you think the most used in Mason County? What service is most used here?
Out of the CCS programs? Well, we have...
Is it housing or stuff for the children's, youth, and family services, or folks with mental health services, things like that? Okay,
well, I'm not sure about the exact numbers. I know that our program is highly utilized. We're constantly at our caseloads, and so we're very utilized. For the different programs, there are different WISE options, and I guess talking a little bit about how you do access our services is you can go to, to FamilyAllianceForMentalHealth.com, and that's where you find a referral form. And that referral form goes to a lady named Donna Obermeyer, and she'll contact the families then. It's self-referral. We do get referrals from schools and mental health professionals too, but it's a voluntary program, and so it is self-referral too. So she contacts the families, Donna Obermeyer at Family Alliance, and she talks about the different WISE programs. So CCS has the Wraparound WISE program, but CYS, who you'll talk to, I think, later on, they have multi-systemic therapy and transitional age youth, which are also WISE programs. But for our Wraparound program, Donna will talk to them and see which one best fits their family needs, and the family will decide which route they want to go.
Okay.
Then if they come to us, we'll get the referral, we'll get in contact with the family and start the process.
And again, Kathy, they are located upstairs?
Upstairs, they're right next to us. So upstairs we have FES, which we had Kiyoki in here the other day talking about that. And then we have Community Youth Services and we have Catholic Community Services. And we were just talking about that waiting for the show, and that it's a success that the building is full, basically. Our last tenant is working through building permits and things like that right now. But it's a success that we have that. But the biggest success for us and for the community is that we waited and we were patient, and we have the tenants in there that we said we would have. We did what we promised. They're all family and youth services tenants, and they all work together so well. It's great. I mean, I had a plan to try to get all the tenants to come together and start meeting every month, as soon as we had that last tenant in, FES. And come to find out, and talking with them, they're already starting to do that, because they all know, they all have the same goal for the community. And so they're all working under some of the same programs, just taking bits and pieces of it and serving our community that way. But just the fact that they all work together in the same goals, it's just. And then our final tenant that's going to be coming in the 3 spaces up above. I think I can speak about that. We haven't signed the lease yet.
No, I don't know. I don't want to get you in trouble here.
No. We had our board okayed the lease, passed the lease, and now we're just waiting for the paperwork. But it's been a lot of talk. We've had a lot of talk about it. It's part of the PUD talk that's been going on about the treatment center, the 10-day hold treatment center that's hopefully going to go in there. In my mind, I'm really hoping that works for our community. It's one of the best things that could happen right now after being here since 1966 and watching. And so in our facility, what we're working with right now is the mobile outreach triage team. So it's a mobile team. People don't come back to the transit community center to further treatment or for their triage. This team goes out. So if somebody in Belfair calls and is having an issue with somebody having a mental health crisis, instead of calling the police, who show up and they're not mental health experts, that's not their job. They do a very good job of it here, but it's not their job. They have other things they need to be, and it doesn't serve the client or the person as well either. This triage team would go out, and instead of maybe going to jail because you have mental health issues, which is not appropriate, but you can't be on the street because you're causing some issues, they would be triaged right then on site in Belfair, and then figured out where they need to go at that. What's the best place to have this person be so that they can get that treatment that they need and get on that path. So we believe that that's going to be our last tenant coming in.
That'd be great.
Oh, I know. It's just working out perfect.
Lots of great things. Catholic Community Services talking right now with Alanna Robertson. And how can folks get more information? And do you need volunteers, or donations probably always are helpful?
Yeah, you can, like you said, our website, ccsww.org, to get more information, and also for the referrals in the program, Family Alliance for Mental Health, that website as well. Just contact us.
Alanna, can someone just, what if they say, you know what, I'm living in my car and I'm a youth, and or I'm sleeping on people's couches or whatever, and I don't have a smartphone and I can't Google stuff. Can they literally just walk into the transit community center and walk upstairs and see you guys? Knock on the door.
Well, they can.
And
our program maybe can't help them right then, but I know that our staff members, we've had that happen before, where people had to stop by looking, and we're gonna find you a resource. We, like you said, we talk to each other. We're familiar with the resources in the community, and we'll help someone out that stops by to find where they need to get their needs met.
That's great. The Mason Transit Community Center is in downtown Shelton, and a lot of the facilities and tenants are upstairs, so you can talk to Kathy or anyone there at the Transit Community Center and learn more. Catholic Community Services at, again, ccsww.org. We'll put the links to that in the show notes here at the end of the program. Thank you so much, Kathy, and Alanna, nice meeting you.
Thanks. It was nice to meet you.
Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Do you know you have access to the fastest internet in Washington State? Switch to iFiber Communications right now and take advantage of our special offers. Pay only $29.95 for 100 megabit high-speed internet, or get 3 months of internet absolutely free. That's right, $29.95 for 100 megabit speeds or 3 months of internet free. Shop, stream, and game like never before with iFiber Communications high-speed internet. Call 360-427-4000 or check us online at ifiber.tv. Subject to credit approval. Valid on a 24-month contract.